Overview of cell structure. So we will discuss the structure of the cell in brief. Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have three things in common, no matter what type of cells they are. All cells have a cell membrane which separates the inside of the cell from its environment. Cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like fluid, is present inside the cell. DNA, which is cell's genetic material, are also there. There are two broad categories of cells. The first category is the eukaryotic cell. They have organelles which include the nucleus and other special parts. Eukaryotic cells are more advanced, complex cells such as those found in plants and animals. The second category is prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus or membrane bound organelles. They do have a genetic material, but it's not contained within the nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are always one-celled or unicellular organisms such as bacteria. So then what are cell organelles? Organelle means little organ. Organelles are the specialized parts of a cell that have unique jobs to perform. Let's start with the nucleus now. Nucleus is the control center of the cell, which contains DNA and genetic material. DNA dictates what the cell is going to do and how it's going to do it. The tangled spread of chromatin network is found in the form of DNA inside the nuclear membrane. When a cell is ready to divide, the DNA condenses its structures, which are known as chromosomes. The nucleus also contains a nucleolus, which is a structure where ribosomes are made. After ribosomes leave the nucleus, they will have the important job of synthesizing or maintaining proteins. Outside the nucleus, the ribosomes and the rest of the organ float around the cytoplasm, which is jelly-like substance. Ribosomes may wander freely within the cytoplasm or attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, sometimes abbreviated as ER. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum is a membrane enclosed passageway for the transporting materials such as the proteins synthesized by the ribosomes. Proteins and other materials emerge from the endoplasmic reticulum in small vesicles, where the Golgi bodies, sometimes called the Golgi apparatus, receives them. As proteins move through the Golgi body, they set into forms that the cell can use. The Golgi body does this by folding the proteins into usable shapes or adding other materials onto their substance, onto the structure, such as lipids or carbohydrates. Vacuoles are sac-like structures that store different materials. Here in the plant cell, the central vacuole stores water. Going back to the animal cell, you will see an organelle called lysosome. They are the garbage collectors that take in damaged or worn out cell parts. They are filled in with the enzymes that break down the cellular debris. The mitochondria is an organelle that is the powerhouse of the cell, both in plants and animals. During the process called cellular respiration, the mitochondria make ATP molecules that provide the energy for all the cell's activities. Cells that need more energy have more mitochondria. Meanwhile, the cell maintains its shape through a cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton includes the thread-like microfilaments, which are made of proteins, and microtubules, which are thin hollow tubes. some organelles such as plants that are photoautotrophic, meaning they capture sunlight for energy, have cells with an organelle called a chloroplast. The chloroplast is where photosynthesis happens. It's green because it has a green pigment called chlorophyll. Plant cells also have a cell wall outside of the thin cell membrane that shapes, support and protect the plant cell. Animal cells, on the other hand, never have a cell wall. There are many other unique structures that only some cells have. Here are just a few. In humans, for example, the respiratory tract is lined with cells that have cilia. These are microscopic hair-like projections that move in waves. This feature helps trap inhaled particles in the air and expels them when you cough. Another unique feature in some cells is flagella. Some bacteria have flagella. A flagellum is like a little tail that can help a cell move or propel itself. The only human cells that have flagellum are the sperm cells. In summary, let us remember that the eukaryotic cells are plant and animal cells with a nucleus and membrane bound organelles, while prokaryotic cells are unicellular organisms without a nucleus or membrane bound organelles. All cells have a cell membrane, cytoplasm and genetic material. And even though only plant cells have chloroplast, both the plant cells and animal cells have mitochondria. So that's all about for this class.